Hey everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel, and thank you for taking your time to journey with me on my blooming diaries vlogs. So yeah, this will probably be the last vlog that I do while pregnant. I am currently 38 weeks. This is the day that the doctors wanted to induce me, but I declined. I think it was the last two appointments. Yeah, it was the last two appointments I had. I declined both appointments. But this was the day that they wanted to induce me because I'm considered high risk. And I declined. And today was my 38-week checkup. I had a different doctor today. Wasn't a doctor that was on my my chart appointment list, but it was a different doctor. And I also had a student that came in with the attending resident. Well, she came in first and introduced herself and talked to me a little bit. She was a sister and was very nice and just talked to me and was very her energy was very understanding and good vibes. So of course I did not have an issue with her being present. And then after she and I chatted, she went to get the resident doctor, and then they both came in. I talked with the doctor. Everything pretty much was looking good. My blood pressure looked good. Things have been going pretty well. They asked me how my blood pressure had been at home. When I've been checking, I told them, the approximation of my results at home. Asked me if do I feel the baby moving, all that kind of stuff. And then she proceeded to ask me if I wanted to do a membrane sweep today at the appointment, because that would be a way to kind of naturally get labor started. So once again, you're trying to induce me. You're just using another method, and it's not natural because you are using your finger. You're going into me vaginally, which is a risk, and you're sweeping my membranes, kind of like dislodging it, and hopefully what the hope is that I'll release a hormone that will kickstart labor. And I kindly declined from that. She also asked if I just wanted to do a vaginal exam today, where she could just check my cervix and see if it's ripening and softening and all that kind of stuff. And I declined from that because I had been doing my studies on evidence-based-birth.com about vaginal exams not even being a necessity. Vaginal exams at your appointments, and even so at once you're in labor, all the vaginal exams that they do, like how you can decline and all that kind of stuff. While in labor, I'm not sure I would decline that, but unless they are getting ridiculously checking me out like consistently, because then that's, to me, you're posing a risk. Like, you're constantly in my vagina, in my womb, with the possibility of you causing bacteria to get in there. So at that point, yeah, I would. But if it's just a normal check here and there, seeing how far you're progressing, I wouldn't decline that. But at doctor's appointments where labor has not started, no. If you're not doing like your, in the beginning of your pregnancy, where they do it's like 1 or 2 times they might do a vaginal exam, and that's pretty much so that they can make sure you don't have any infections if you want them to, because you can decline that, but I don't decline those, and I wouldn't decline those. And excuse me, when you do your group B testing, but that's not really a vaginal exam, because group B, they're kind of like swabbing the outside of your vaginal area and your rectal area to see if you have any group B bacteria. So for those, I would not decline. But to actually do an exam where you have to go in and you have to use your finger to observe my cervix, and then on top of that, I already know that y'all trying to induce me, and you think I'm going to let you do that to me? No. So, I declined that. At this point, I'm just going to continue to, of course, go to my weekly appointments until labor starts. I am going to do another fetal assessment just to make sure, since I'm high risk, and I'm doing it for me, because at first I was not going to do it again, but I'm doing this for me. I want to make sure that since I'm having more Brex and Hicks now, I want to make sure that my baby is tolerating those when they do occur, is tolerating those pretty well, because my goal is to labor at home, and then once I get into active labor, then go to the hospital. And I just want to have the confidence within myself to know that, okay, my baby can handle, or is handling, my contractions well, and is not in distress with the contractions, and my baby's oxygen level as well. So I am going to go to another fetal assessment where they're going to hook the EFM up to my belly, and they are going to observe the baby's heart, while the baby, for like 20 minutes, they observe the baby's heart. And if there are any contractions during those 20 minutes, then they get to see if the baby's heart rate accelerates or decelerates, or whatever the case may be. And they also get to look at the baby's oxygen level, things of that nature. So I am going to do that. But other than that, I'm so over these doctors. I don't know. I'm just so over them, just for the simple fact that with them, but I know it's just how it's how they're trained, but it still does not stop the damage that it does to us patients when we come for prenatal care. It's when you have a bunch of doctors that are constantly talking doom and gloom, and all, for the majority of the part, talking the negative. It's like, sprinkle a little bit of sunshine up in your conversation. When you don't have that, it's very traumatizing. And I don't know what I would do without having my support team, having my doula, having my sister here with me right now. I don't know what I would do, because it has been an emotional roller coaster for me. But it has also sharpened me up some more, to the point that I want to be an even better doula than I have ever been before. Once I get back into doing my birth work services, because these doctors are just, they're fanatical with having their way. You know what I'm saying? And it's pretty much because that's all they've been trained in. They've not been trained in the natural. They've been trained in the doom and gloom, and being on guard for that and all that kind of stuff. And don't get me wrong, being high risk, there is a possibility of things going wrong, but there's also things that can go right, and all I'm wanting is for, let's have some positivity in the matter, all this doom and gloom and all this not being able to take no for an answer. It's just stressful. And it's like, what do you think that's doing to me? What do you think that does to a mother when you're constantly stressing her out, because you want her to deliver under the, under the guidelines that you want her to deliver under. So I'm just saying that, I'm 38 weeks. I'm grateful because first the concern was because of dealing with these medical folks. First the concern was whether or not I would hold on one second, because I'm once again recording in my car. And folks are coming by, so a little privacy. But yeah, first the concern was because of dealing with these medical people, me praying and me talking to my baby about at least let's make it to 37 weeks. That was my prayer, and we made it to 37 weeks. Doing really well. Blood pressure for the most part being good. At all appointments, blood pressure good. Here and there, a couple of times, I've had spikes in my blood pressure at home, but I kind of attribute that to more so maybe something I ate or stress, stuff like that. But once I took a stance to get rid of even more stress in my life, and also to at this point I don't even mess with sea salt like that. And sea salt is supposed to be healthier. I don't even mess with sea salt like that, just because I don't want anything triggering my pressure, and just kind of like trying to stay focused on being mindful, doing my exercising, drinking my water, eating healthy, all that kind of stuff. Like my blood pressure has been really good, and the baby has been really good. Like whenever I go to my appointments, the baby's heart rate is always within range. The baby's very active. Every doctor I've had has told me, oh, your baby is very active. You know what I'm saying? So baby very active, all that kind of stuff. So like I said, when I go to my appointments, it's not like, oh my gosh, they're seeing all of these things that are not promising. They're seeing like a lot of promising things, and yet it's like, for the most part, I'm getting from doctors, not so much people that are doing the ultrasounds. They're pretty cool because it's a different division that does that. But for the most part, I'm still getting from doctors like just this control mentality. Like they still want to treat me, I guess because I'm high risk on paper, even though on my test results I'm not. They still want to treat me high risk, and it's just insane. You still want to induce, like induction has its risk too. Like they want to keep talking to me about the risk of not being induced, and I understand that, but I know the risk of being induced, and the same things that you concerned about, about me being if I don't allow y'all to induce me, is the same things I'm concerned about if you do induce me. So it's definitely been documented that when you have these interventions like induction, that not only are the contractions astronomically abnormal, to the point that they're extremely painful, and they're coming back to back, not giving you a break, which if you have your natural process of going into labor, you get those breaks. On top of that, you're kind of like you can just jump right into having contractions back to back, very strong. It's like there's no progression at all. That's unnatural. That's not healthy, and that can be a shock to your body and to your baby's body. That's gonna put me in distress, the baby in distress, What's going to happen once that happens? Then they're going to be talking about, oh, we got to get the baby out of you now. So then they're going to want to go to C-section. And what can happen with that? It's like, it's like there's risk both ways. And so as of right now, while me or the baby are not showing any distress, I'm going to take my chances, allowing my body to do what it does, as opposed to trusting y'all to do something that I know for a fact can, put me and the baby in distress. So, today was my 38-week appointment. I went ahead and scheduled my 39-week appointment. You're not inducing me this week. I'm going to continue to monitor myself, go to my appointments, and assess things as they go. I have my appointment with my doula this afternoon, where she and I will talk more and everything like that. But I am so over it with these doctors. I really am. They have really they've really stressed me during this pregnancy. But like I said, it's only made me stronger and better at my work that I do as a doula. Going through this process, that's what it really did. I'm gonna be definitely stepping my game up as a doula, because me thinking about other women going through this, like, you to deal with them, you most definitely got to have a support system. You most definitely have to have a doula. You most definitely have to have people in your corner to constantly bring you back from the destruction that they do, the psychological and emotional destruction they do. You most definitely have to have somebody by yourself. I would not recommend any woman to go through her pregnancy and delivery without a support team dealing with this medical arena. They are beyond believable. And it's like, we in 2025 with all this information out here, all this evidence-based information, and y'all still doing the same thing. Like, it's ridiculous. But anyway, I'm not gonna allow it to put a damper on my spirit. Even though I had that appointment, that wasn't one of my worst appointments. So I'm still feeling pretty good. And because I'm feeling pretty good, her baby's heartbeat is in range, baby's moving. I'm actually having a contraction right now as I'm talking, so I know I'm getting closer to that time period. I'm good. I'm about to go in the store and get me some food and get ready to head on home. But yeah, I'm not gonna allow them to put a damp on my spirit. I feel good. So as long as I feel good and my test results are showing that I'm good, I'm good. I'm blocking their bull crap out of my head. So that's my sharing for y'all for this week. Like I said, this will probably be my last sharing while I'm pregnant. I will come back and give an update once I deliver. I don't know, we'll see how things go. Maybe I might do a blooming diaries, where I'm kind of sharing with y'all what I'm packing in my hospital bag, and all that kind of good stuff. I don't know. We'll see how I feel, because since I've gone on maternity leave, I just went on maternity leave, and I kind of been catching up on rest and kind of getting my home in order, and just doing lots of meditation to keep myself focused on my goal and to keep myself calm and not stressing and stuff like that. And so that way, when I go into labor, my mind and my emotions and my spirit will be ready. And I've been doing stuff like that. So we'll see. I may do just maybe one more video before I go into labor, but I may not. But either way, if I don't, y'all will hear from me once I have the baby. I will do a vlog and share that experience with y'all. And yeah, and you know, we'll take it from there. So until next time, thank you so much for joining me throughout this journey. It has been a pleasure. I hope that this journey has been eye-opening and beneficial, and has supported someone, and has been motivational, and empowering. And yeah, and I just really thank y'all for tuning in, and definitely tune in for more videos to come, more vlogs to come, where I am sharing the continuation of my journey once baby is earthside and we are settled and good to go. All right, so until next time, y'all stay blessed, stay peace, stay up. Peace.